What's up, LIVFIT fam? Welcome to your advanced reformer flow workout. Today we're going to be targeting our core and our glutes, and we're going to be using some props to make this workout a little extra spicy. So put on a pair of ankle weights, no more than 2 pounds, grab a light to medium resistance band, and a medium to heavy dumbbell. I'll be lifting a 10-pound dumbbell today, but feel free to pick anything between 8 to 12 pounds. And then you're going to be using the short box quite a bit in class, so make sure you have a box for your reformer setup. And then a little tour of the reformer before we get started. I will be using a balanced body Allegro 2, but if you have a different reformer, just to give you a sense of what my setup looks like, I have 3 heavy red springs, 1 medium blue spring, and 1 light yellow spring. So if your colors are a little bit different, I will be cueing the resistance level throughout the class. Why don't we get started with a nice big stretch. We'll do Eve's lunge on the left side of our reformer, left foot to the floor, hands to the foot bar, right foot up against that shoulder block. Start to glide into a nice big hip opener stretch, keeping that left knee nice and tracked over the middle of the left foot. Press into the palms, send the gaze up towards the ceiling. Take a little baby back bend here. Big inhale. And then exhale, tuck tailbone, round the spine. Start going through a little cat-cow stretch as you lunge back. Inhale, slight arch of the back. Exhale, round spine, tuck the tailbone, softly straighten that left leg. Take a few more here. Feel free to keep that right knee grounded or level up and bring that knee to a hover. Totally up to you. This is your workout today. Getting those hips nice and stretched out. One more time. Let's take a nice big inhale, lengthen back through that right leg, and then start to softly straighten that left foot up towards the ceiling into a split stretch. Grabbing the side rails, forward fold, stretching out the hamstring and the calf. Take a nice inhale here. And then exhale, drive the foot to the floor, pivot hips and shoulders towards the inside of your carriage, lengthen through your right leg, fold across the carriage, and take a nice inner thigh stretch. Inhaling a little bit deeper, sending the right foot out towards the towers. Nod your head yes, shake your head no, loosen up any tension in the jaw. And then slowly start to stand up. I like to break up my stretch with a little upper body engagement, just to get the heart rate slightly a little bit elevated before we get into more dynamic work. So you're gonna place your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees at the edge of your mat, your toes are untucked. You're creating a nice ramp-like position from the kneecap up to the crown of the head. Shoulders over your wrists. We're gonna go into a tricep push-up. Send the elbows straight back, hugging the ribs. Exhale to press. Inhale to lower, core is engaged. Exhale to press. We're firing up those triceps. Big exhale push. Use the inhale to fuel the power and the engagement. You're doing 3 more here, slow. Reaching through the crown of the head, eyes are out, past the platform. Last 2. Let's hold in 1, halfway hold, hug the ribs with your elbows, little pulse down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, you've got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press up. Send the hands a little bit wider on your foot bar. This time as you lower your chest, your elbows are gonna go wide. Instead of hugging the ribs, they're gonna go out to the sides. So take your chest down on the inhale, strong spine, exhale, core up, press. Inhale, lower the chest to the bar. Exhale, belly button to spine, press out. Keeping that carriage still. So knees are right at the edge of your mat. The carriage is not moving. You're isolating that upper body. You got 3 more here. Great job. Belly button to spine, exhale. Last 2. Push. We hold on the next one, halfway down. Little pulse down for 10, you know it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take those knees in and drape the arms over the foot bars. Take a little child's pose. Big inhale through the nose, stretch out. Just gotta give our arms a little love today, even though we're focusing mostly on core and glutes. Make your way to the other side of your carriage, right foot on the floor, left foot against the block, and we're gonna go back into that nice big Eve's lunge, pressing the hands into the foot bar. Big inhale, baby back bend. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, draw the knee underneath. If you lifted your leg off the carriage on the other side, feel free to hover that knee or keep it grounded, whatever is most comfortable. It's our last big stretch before we get into our dynamic work, so make it count one more time. Big lunge back. Inhale, send the foot back. Press into the palm, start to straighten out that right leg. Lift the right toes off the floor. Walk your hands down to the side rails. Take that split stretch. Hang out here. Feel the hips soften. Feel the calf and the hamstring open up. Take another big breath. And then slowly peel the foot back to the floor. Pivot hips and toes. We're folding across the carriage. One more time for inner thigh stretch. Grab onto that opposite side rail. Press deeper into that left foot just to really open up that left inner thigh. Take a cat-cow stretch here if you need it. Extra spine stretch. Round up to the ceiling. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, tuck tailbone. Amazing work. Slowly make your way to standing. You should be on one red spring right now. We're gonna add a yellow spring to that red spring. So one heavy and one light spring. Make your way onto your back. All the way, head in the headrest, shoulders in the shoulder blocks. And then reach behind you, starting with your long loops. And if you want to go and make this more advanced, you go to your short loops. You can always level up at any point. Flatten out your back to the mat. Legs at tabletop, arms up overhead, nice and lifted over the shoulders. We're in tabletop. You're going to exhale, press into the palms, lift chin to the chest, look down at your belly button for an upper ab curl. Hold. Inhale, softly lower. Exhale, press into the palms, belly button to spine, keeping the knees static over the hips. Exhale, press. Inhale, soften. Feeling that belly button reaching towards the mat. There should be no airflow between your spine and the carriage. So if you feel like you're arching your back to overcompensate, really try to drive that belly button down and flatten out. 4 more. Exhale, press. Pointing the toes, keeping the ankles aligned with the knees. 3. Exhale, lift. 2. And then hold on the next one. Arms by your side. You're holding here. Keep your head, neck, and shoulders lifted. Gaze down towards your belly button. You're gonna extend one leg out right to a hover over the foot bar and then bring it back up. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale in. Keep head, neck, and shoulders lifted. Can you get a little bit higher in that chest? Inhale out. And back in. Nice and controlled pace. You have 4 more. Last 3, reaching through the toes. 2. And last one. Bring it back to tabletop. Arms back overhead. Nice work. That was our first round. If you feel like you want to level this up, you can take it to your short loop. That'll be a little bit more resistance, or stay where you are in long loops. That's totally up to you. Next set of moves, you're going to bring your heels together, toes apart into a Pilates V. As you exhale, you're going to extend the heels out on an angle over the foot bar, arms bound by your side, and then rest at tabletop. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend, rest. Exhale, press into the heels, keeping them connected the whole time. Exhale, reach. Feeling that belly button lowering towards the spine, not coning towards the ceiling. So check in. Next time you come up, look at your stomach. Make sure the belly button is driving downward. Nice strong spine here, flat against the mat. 3 more. This is where the ankle weights start to make a difference. Woo. Last 2. And let's hold at the top on the next one. Hold here. You're gonna do little heel taps. Tap, tap, tap like a mermaid. Head, neck, and shoulders are lifted. Arms are by your side. Tap, tap, tap. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Lower the legs a little bit more if you can. Yes, feel those low abs firing up. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Point the toes, little up and over kicks you're holding here. I know. Deep core active. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Take your feet to the foot bar. Take a little supine shake out here. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. We're not quite done. We have one more round of work before we move on. When you're ready, arms are gonna go out to a T. Your legs are gonna start at a hover. So you're making like a cross formation with your body. Arms are right out to shoulder alignment. As you exhale, you curl in like a ball, and you inhale to lengthen head, neck, and shoulders come down. Exhale, curl like a ball. Inhale, extend the legs, arms to a T. Exhale, belly button to spine. Inhale, expand. We're working all angles of our core here. I always reference this video that I saw of Cristiano Ronaldo doing this exercise with every single spring attached to his reformer. Unbelievable. And I mean, we're on a red and a yellow right now, and it's still very challenging. I can't even imagine. 3 more. 2, inhale, open, exhale, curl. You have 1 more. Make it count. Hold here. Flip your palms towards the mat. Your legs are gonna kick up towards the ceiling. Find that nice stack, toes over hip bones. You're pumping your arms, and you're gonna lower one leg at a time to an L, and then lift. Pumping arms, slow legs. I know it seems like you're tapping your head and rubbing your belly. A little coordination here. Pumping, exhale, lifting, inhale, lowering. You got it. 6 more. 5, you know it. 4, woo. 3, 2, and last one. Hold, and then take your arms out to a T, windshield wiper the knees side to side. Woo. All 4 quadrants of our abdominal wall. Really feeling it after that exercise. Let's hang up those loops and come up to an upright position, standing. We are gonna grab our short box and place it up against your shoulder blocks. So make sure it's nice and even on both sides. It's going short ways up against the blocks, and then you're gonna keep your foot bar in this position, slightly on an angle. We are gonna take off the yellow spring, and then we're gonna go into a planking position with our toes down on the mat and our heels up against the box. Shoulders up over the wrists. You're gonna glide back, press away into the box, into a high plank, and then draw the knees in to a hover underneath the hip bones. So this is a little bit more core. We're starting to fire up the lower body a little bit. We're getting into some glute work, we're getting into some quad. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press away. Keeping the shoulders stacked over wrists. Exhale, press. Strong spine. If you feel like you're arching at all, try to check in, draw that belly button upward. Exhale to press. Inhale to bend. Exhale to press. And bend. 4 more like this. Last 3. 2, and then last one. We're holding the hover. You're gonna drop your knees slightly and then lift. Lower and then lift. So we're firing up those low abs a little bit more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, drop. Try not to move the carriage too much. You have 8, 7, 6, you got it. 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1, and then slowly stand and draw those feet flat to the mat. Take a nice forward fold here. Look into the well. You're gonna swap your springs. We're gonna take 1 blue spring on and take off the red spring. So you should have 1 medium spring on your carriage. We're gonna flip around and do some forearm planks. You have options here. To make this more advanced, bring your forearms down to the box. Bring your feet up to the bar. That's the most advanced expression. If you want to take this down a notch, just step directly to the platform and move with us with your feet on the platform. I'm going to start on the foot bar. feeling a little extra spicy today. Take your forearms down to the box, palms together, eyes meet your fingertips, shoulders are stacked over elbows. You're holding your low plank. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, bend the knees. So we kind of primed our core with that first exercise, and now we're getting really deep into that deep core engagement. Inhale to lengthen, bend the knees on the exhale. Getting shaky, you can hear it in my voice. Let's do 5, 4, take your time. Perfect low plank, 3, 2, hips are low. Last one, hold. Shift out, send the elbows past the shoulders, and then draw the elbows underneath. You're sawing your arms in and out. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, elbows underneath. You got it. Keep that gaze out towards the headrest. 5, 4, 3, nice control. 2, and 1, hold your low plank, and then bend the knees slowly, drop it down. Feel free to take a little forward fold. Because I'm not using the platform today, I'm gonna take my platform pad, a little hack. You can put it on your box to give yourself a little extra grip, especially if you are going sleeveless. It's getting a little sweaty in here. All right, next set of moves. You're gonna come back up, feet to the bar or the platform, whichever you decided. And now we're gonna take a pike hip. Exhale, hinge the hips, eyes to the toes. Inhale, eyes out towards the fingertips. Exhale, hinge. Inhale to lengthen. Stacking those shoulders over your elbows every time. Exhale to hinge. Inhale to lengthen. Nice grip on the toes. Heels are elevated. You have 4 more. 3. Last 2. And hold on the next one. Hold that low plank. Hold. We're gonna do a slow mountain climber. Take your time here. Make sure you have a nice grip on the foot bar or the platform. Knee to chest. Exhale in. 5, 4, woo, shaking. 3, 2, and last one. Draw it down. Bend those knees. Woo. Take a little forward fold as needed. Stretch out those shoulders. Amazing work. Our core is definitely feeling it. So let's get into some glute work. We're gonna add a red spring, heavy, and then add a second red spring. So 2 heavy red springs. Remove your medium spring. Come back to forearms. Left thigh is gonna be pressed up against your short box. Right foot is gonna be pressed up against your foot bar. You're still hovering, shoulders over elbows, palms together, press out into that foot, and then bend the knee all the way. Full extension. Exhale to press, slowly resist. So we're waking up the hamstring here, we're waking up the glute, where the back of the thigh meets the ass. I always say the thas, excuse my French. All right, exhale to press. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale to press. Slow and controlled. So I really want you to take that same controlled pace all the way out and all the way in. Breathe, resist. Press into the ball of the foot. Keeping the spine strong, keeping the core engaged. 4 more. Last 3. Pressing on the exhale. 2. And now we're gonna do a little shorter range of motion here. Halfway in, halfway out with a little pulse. Exhale to press. Exhale to press. Pressing into the ball of the foot. You have 8, 7, 6, not fully extending. 5, 4, 3, almost there. 2, static hold in 1, isolate. Big push, final set. We're doing all the way in, all the way out. Feeling the back of the leg, really engaging here. 5, 4, last 3, Almost there. 2. And last one. Bend the knee, close the carriage. Give yourself a little hip shake out. Awesome work, team. We're gonna take that box up and over the shoulder blocks now. Just a quick little adjustment. And then flip ourselves around. You have the option here to carry a heavy weight or go weight-free. That's totally up to you. I'm gonna go weight-free for this one. So hips down on the box. Tuck your toes underneath your strap. Sit up nice and tall. Feet are elevated off the platform. If you're tall like me, scoot your hips back so you're achieving that suspension feeling with the strap across the top of the feet. You don't want your feet to touch the platform. Hands to heart center, with or without your weight. Nice tall spine. Inhale, slowly lower. We're getting back into our core work. Reach the crown of the head towards the back of the room. Exhale, sit tall. Inhale, soften, lengthen. Exhale, lift. Feel like that belly button is drawing inward towards the spine every exhale. Like someone's zipping you into a corset. Can we get a little bit lower without compromising that spine? Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. 3 more here. Control. Exhale, lift. Last 2. Holding halfway, hold, reach long to the crown of the head, extend the arms out. You're gonna pulse down, down. So if you have that weight, you're holding the weight between the palms, you're reaching to the crown of the head. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly sit tall, take a nice little forward fold. Stretch out the spine, take a nice C curve. And we're gonna move on to some mermaids next. I'm gonna face you to start so you can see me. Left shin bone alongside the short side of your box. Your right foot is suspending. If you're holding your weight, hold it at heart center or bring your hands to prayer. Elbows wide, you're sitting tall as you lift up. Inhale, lengthen that left elbow into the well. Dip, exhale, lift. Keeping that right foot hovered off the platform into that strap. Exhale to lift. So we're firing up that right oblique. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. You got it. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Isolating that side line. Can we lift a little taller on the last 4? Yes, find that pause at the top. The lower you go, the more range of motion you have, the harder it's going to be to come back up. So challenge yourself on the last 2. Exhale to lift. On your next one, you're holding halfway, you pulse down. Reach to the crown of the head towards the back of the room for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a supine stretch. Hands to the side rails, flip the chest towards the floor. Nice work, you guys. I know that one is really spicy, especially if you're carrying a heavy weight. Hold, just take that nice big stretch. And then slowly come back around. We're gonna go into a round 2, adding a rotation. Same leg position. If you're holding your weight, again, heart center or hands to prayer. Foot lifted off the platform, you're lowering on the inhale. Rotate the chest towards the floor. Exhale, come back around and then lift. Nice big inhale, lengthen. Rotate, eyes to the floor. Exhale, twist, and lift. Sit tall. Take your time. Lower, twist, rotate, exhale, lift. Lower, twist, rotate, exhale, lift. Let's do 3 more like this. We're getting deep into that oblique. Lower, rotate, twist, and rise up. 2 more, make it count. Lower, rotate, twist, lift. You have 1 more and we're gonna hold for a pause. Lower, rotate, twist, hold here, just pulse. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flip your chest to the floor. Take that nice big side stretch. Feel free to put your hand on the headrest and do a side stretch with your arm overhead. Big inhale. and then come back around. We're gonna go into some core work on the deep core side and then go into our mermaids on the right. So keep the box where it is. We're putting both feet back underneath the safety strap. Feel free to ditch that weight if you need to. Lengthen through the crown of the head, hands to heart center. You're lowering halfway. This time we're gonna add a Russian twist. So keeping that suspension in the feet, twist the chest to the left, exhale, lift. Just the left side to start. Left, lift. Inhale, drop. Exhale, twist. You got it. Come back around. Make sure those feet are nice and lifted. No heels touching the platform. 4 more here. Get a little bit lower. Last 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold it. Expand the arms out and then clap through center. Inhale, open and clap. Open and clap. 4 more. Rotate the chest. Yes. 3, 2, and last 1. Woo! Come back up to seated. Reset. We're gonna take it to the right. Quick transition. Lower, twist to the right, come back through center. You're keeping that spine on an angle. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, drop. Exhale, rotate. Zipping through the abdominal wall. Feel that oblique engaging every exhale. Strong spine. 5 more. Take your time. Last 4, 3, 2, holding in 1, hold it, hold here, expand, open and close, open and close. Clap your hands through center. Can we get a little bit lower? Can we twist a little bit deeper? For 5, 4, 3, 2, hold in 1, hands to heart center. You pulse down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and forward fold in 1. Great job, you guys. I mean, that is not easy. We are really doubling down on our core today. We have our mermaids on the right side, and then we're gonna get back into our glute work and really target those glutes. So use this moment to really focus on the abs. Our last big oblique engagement, so make it count. Right shin bone aligned with the short side of your box. Your left foot is hooked, suspended. Inhale, drop that right elbow into the well. Exhale to lift. If you took a weight on the other side, this is a good opportunity to grab that weight. So we're nice and even. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Nice long line from the crown of the head, reaching between the towers, lowering a little bit lower with that right elbow on the last 4. Squeezing that left glute at the top. 3, last 2, and then holding in 1, hold, pulse down with that right elbow for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your hands to the side rails, take that supine stretch, you've earned it. Oh, that feels good. Eyes to the floor. Take a moment, 1 big inhale here. We're gonna prepare for our rotations. Come back up, hands to heart center. You're gonna drop down on the inhale, flip the chest to the floor, come back around, big exhale, lift up to seated. Heavy in that right hip bone. Twist, rotate, exhale, lift. Lower, twist the chest, rotate, exhale, lift. We're isolating that left side body. You're almost there. We have 4 more, full out. Last 3, twist, rotate, exhale, lift. 2, rotate, twist, lift. Last 1, hold it here. Drop that right elbow a little bit more. We're pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big supine stretch. Take a moment here. Feel that stretch in the left side body. Take the right hand to the headrest, and we're gonna make it our way into that big side stretch. Left arm up over your ear. You've earned it. Great work, you guys. And then come back up. We're gonna readjust the box. Keep both red springs on, 2 heavy springs. Box is going back up against the shoulder blocks. So just bring it a little bit closer towards the foot bar. This time your right thigh is gonna be up against the short blocks, and then you're going to bring your hands to prayer, forearms down, ball the foot up on the foot bar, and we're gonna press out all the way and bend that left knee in slow. Exhale to press, inhale to bend. So we're firing up the hamstring here. Full extension as you lengthen out. Crown of the head aligned with the tailbone. Eyes meeting the top of the headrest. Press out, exhale, feel that left glute firing up. Actively pressing that right thigh up against the box, nice and stacked with that hip over your knee. Exhale to press, inhale to bend. 4 more here. Woo, breaking a sweat. 3. Last 2. We're gonna do a halfway hold, halfway in, halfway out. So isolate, keeping a bend in that left knee, keeping your spine strong, keeping that belly button lifted towards the ceiling. Exhale to press, soft bend for 8, 7, 6, 5, almost there. 4, 3, 2, full expression in 1, all the way in, all the way out. You got it. We're getting back into our glutes after this, giving our core a little break. You have 6. Exhale to press, inhale to bend. 5, 4, 3, last 2, and hold in 1. Slowly draw that knee in. Give yourself a little hip shake out here. Awesome work. Whew. Let's take our springs off. All of the springs are coming off. You're gonna glide your carriage back towards the towers, and we're gonna place our light medium resistance band over our thighs. So step into the band. First, grab your dumbbell, whatever you chose. We're in the home stretch. You're gonna step into the well, sit onto the mat. Head, neck, and shoulders are going to be on top of the box, and then walk your feet up to the side rails. Your heavy dumbbell is gonna go right on your hip bones. Starting with flat feet right underneath your knees, you're gonna slowly look forward, dip your hips into the well. Exhale, squeeze the glutes, press out into the bands, lift the hips, head, neck, and shoulders come down to the box. So as you drop your hips, your eyes go forward. Exhale, squeeze, outward extension into the band as you lift. Inhale, lower, soft knees. Exhale, squeeze, press. So we're firing up the glutes. We're increasing our range of motion here for this squat thruster by dropping our hips down to the well, and exhale, lift expansion into the bands. Waking up the outside of the glute muscle. Exhale to press. You have 4 more like this, and then we're gonna level up. Slow lower, slow lift. Inhale to drop. Exhale, press. 2. On your next one, keep head, neck, and shoulders rested on the box. You're gonna come up to your tippy toes like you're wearing stilettos. Feel free to adjust your feet so they're right underneath your kneecaps. You're going to now pulse up into the hips and out into the bands. It's lift press for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold in 1. Keep those heels lifted. And now we drop the hips all the way. Same thing, but keep the heels elevated. Exhale, press into the bands as you lift. You're really feeling this isolation of the glute engagement here. You're also getting a little pelvic floor engagement. So think as you lift your hip bones high, Kegel at the top. Squeeze the glutes, activate the pelvic floor. Lower inhale, exhale, lift. Separate the knees at the top. You have 4 more, slow. Starting to feel the shakes. 3. Last 2. Hold the top, heels are still elevated. You pulse out and up, out and up, out into the bands, into the circle, or your weight. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold in 1, hold here. Can we lift a little bit higher? Just pulsing into the bands. Keep the hips static for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, keep the tension in the bands. Now just pulse the hips up, up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rest. Slow and 1, drop those hips down to the mat. Amazing work. Weight off to the side. Wow, great job, you guys. We're gonna take those bands off, and then we're gonna move the box off onto the floor. We are done with the box. I'm just gonna place it behind my carriage. It's out of the way. And we're gonna make our way onto our backs, keeping the carriage in this position so the shoulder blocks are all the way up against the back of the machine. You're gonna reach back for your towers, grab the outside of them, and then kick your legs up towards the ceiling. This is a nice active recovery here. Let the lactic acid drain from the heels to the hips. All that good glute work we just did. Feel that light release here. Ankle weights are still on. Nice grip on the towers, flat back. We're gonna get into some low abdominal work. One at a time. You're gonna lower your leg to an L, reach the toe towards the platform, exhale to lift. Alternating, right leg out, exhale to lift. That opposite leg is pointing and active towards the ceiling, nice and stacked over your hips. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. This is again where the ankle weights start to feel like cinder blocks, and you're gonna feel so light when we take these off after this flow. 4 more here. Slow exhale. Inhale to drop. Exhale to lift. 2. On your next one, both legs, point the toes out on a 45-degree angle. Hold here, start to switch and separate. Up and over with those ankles, crossing. Check in with your spine. Make sure there's no airflow between your back and the mat. Switch, switch. Can we get a little bit lower? Woo! The lower you go, the more the low abs fire up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. And now bring your knees to tabletop. Slow and controlled. Drop one toe to the floor. Exhale, lift. Alternating. Tap the floor with the big toe every time. Make contact. And you're reaching your toe down and away, and then lifting. So when you're not hinging at the knee, I want you to really extend and reach that toe to the floor. To make this more challenging, send the knees further away from the hips without arching the back. 8 more. Nice controlled pace here. 7, 6, got it. Last 5, woo. 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Toes up towards the ceiling, flatten out your back. We're gonna finish strong here. I want you to poke holes in the ceiling with your big toes. Lift the tailbone and the low back off the mat and then lower. It's small and spicy. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Tuck tailbone, lift. Find a little air time. Exhale, lift. Toes pointing straight up. Try not to death grip the towers. I know, it's hard. 6, 5, you got it. 4, last 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly bring your feet to the side rails. Whew. Windshield wiper, side to side. Incredible job, you guys. We are gonna glide ourselves in for our final stretch. That was amazing work. Core is on fire. Glutes are definitely feeling it. So we're gonna add a red heavy spring and a medium blue spring. So just one medium, one heavy, and then make our way onto our backs. You can take your ankle weights off. We're gonna finish with a nice cool down, a little short spine, a little inner thigh stretch. to get our hips nice and soft before we move on today. Grab your loops, one in each foot, and just start to feel that resistance in the backs of the legs. Keep those legs up towards the ceiling. Give the quads a nice tug here. Stretch out the hamstrings, all that good hamstring work. Just hang out here for a moment. Just rock slowly side to side. Loosen up that low back. And then take your hands off the cords, ground them down by your sides. You're gonna start with big hip circles, taking the feet wide to start, heels together, exhale, drawing 2 big circles on the ceiling, and just playing around with your range of motion here. The lower you go, the more stretch you're gonna feel in the inner thigh. Exhale as you draw the feet together. Feel like a nice big hip opening massage. Last 2 in this direction, and then we switch. Ooh, feels so good. And then reverse. Separate the toes, nice big circles, up, down, around. If you loved this workout, please let me know, DM me, comment. I'm loving these new workouts on the Reformer, on the LIVFIT app, on YouTube. So if you love them, let me know. If you want to see more targeted workouts, also please share which muscle groups you want to focus on with me, and I will make sure to record for you. One more circle in this direction. Heels together, toes apart, send the feet out on an angle, bend the knees wide, heels to the hips, frog stretch, exhale to press, inhale to bend, exhale to press. Make sure to check out my other workouts. I have a few other Reformer workouts, total body flows, some more intermediate and beginner flows. So if you liked this one, if you want something a little bit slower paced, lighter resistance, I have a few options for you as well. I also have a jump workout, which I love. Bring your feet together, knees wide, butterfly. Hang out here for a moment. And then send your right leg out to Peter Pan. Keep that left hip bone anchored. Stretch for a moment, just feel the inner thigh stretch. And then slowly switch. Right foot in, left foot out. Peter Pan. Oh, this feels good. Take one more stretch. Feel free to do like a happy baby. Grab onto the outer edges of the feet and rock side to side. Or you can do a straddle stretch and take the legs out, feet into the straps, and just gently rock side to side, whatever is most comfortable for you. And then take one more inhale here, and we're gonna go all in on short spine to finish up our class today. Palms to the mat, arms are nice and grounded, toes to the ceiling. You're gonna start to slowly tuck the tailbone, lift into a candlestick position, 1 vertebrae at a time. Again, keeping those arms grounded. Send the toes back towards the towers until you can't go any further. And then slowly drop the knees down towards the chest, roll like a ball, 1 vertebrae at a time. Exhale to press your feet out towards the foot bar. We're gonna repeat that 3 times. Inhale to lift, toes up, lift into a candlestick position. Start to lengthen the toes out over your head, bending the knees when you can't go any further, rolling like a ball, 1 vertebrae at a time until your tailbone hits, and then heels out towards the foot bar. Exhale. 1 more big short spine. Treat this as your big back massage of the day. Lift up, tilt the toes, roll like a ball. Exhale to finish. Feet out towards the foot bar. Bend the knees in, take those loops off your feet. Feel free to stick around and stretch as long as you'd like, or if this is your final workout of the day. Thank you so much for joining me on the Reformer. I hope to see you on screen soon.